What is aliveness? I want you to do something with me right now. Take a slow, deep inhale and sigh on the exhale. What do you feel? Much of mysticism is surprisingly about pointing out the simplest and most obvious of things. In this case, I want you to take a moment right now. Touch your nose, or perhaps wiggle your feet, and contemplate how is it possible for you to do this? Feel how the sense of you-ness is inhabiting your body and leading those commands. There's a captain of your ship running the show, at least for as much as you think you're in control. Now, I want you to ask yourself something. What times in your lifetime did you feel the most embodied? What moments light you up, so to speak? Even saying what lights you up, there's something to that language. It speaks to the part of you that is light and shining through. That could be spoken literally if we're discussing the clairvoyant view, but we'll save that for another time. This Coming Alive series is about you tapping into that special moment or that special thing that makes you light up and generate that feeling. It's that very feeling in the mystical sense that we aim for, because it is the sensation that points to what makes us a living being. But why does that sensation arise exactly? What are the conditions necessary to feel lit up? In the esoteric sense, it is the congruence between your natural design as the unique human being that you are. And I don't mean human as a whole, I mean your specific design that makes you uniquely you. And you as source in communication with one another. As these two align and communicate more closely in harmony, your creative expression ignites like a flame. The more aligned you are, and the more you tap into this, that flame grows into a greater fire within you that consumes your life in the most complete way possible. On the mystic's journey, it is this creative expression that is intentionally nurtured and given more fuel to express your being. The more that you do this, and as that flame grows into your spiritual fire, the more on fire with life you are. In other words, you become truly alive in the most meaningful way, and living on fire becomes a way of being. We'll be able to discuss the granular meanings on an esoteric level of the inner and outer alchemical processes deeper into the living on fire discussions that are coming. Now, to even say truly alive suggests the possibility that one can be living but not fully, or that there is an absence of life. So, what then? What does it mean to not be truly alive? Here's something to consider. We're technically not done growing and becoming embodied into the physical vessel, and so there is more growing to do to complete this stage of growth, including on the psychic level. It is as though there is a stage of growth we are amidst, even in our adult years. Let's look at what happens when we are not tapping in to what gives us that feeling of this is why I'm here and it's worth it, or I feel my purpose. I need to do more of this because it feels so good. When we are not tapping into this and igniting that flame for creative expression, it can cause depression and a sense of purposelessness or feeling not motivated. You know that expression, my fire went out, or if someone else puts out your fire. It's like a candle flame getting snuffed out. In terms of mysticism specifically, the aim is to not only become more congruent, but to such a degree that the flame becomes impossible to snuff out. It becomes a blaze, and the source or spirit within you is fully activated. And that fire is your spiritual fire. That is the full potentiality of being human. That livingness is putting out more radiance, similar to a fire does, than on average. Not only does it produce radiance that can be felt by you and others, but that spiritual fire is sustained by greater, more substantial kindling or fuel. As we go into more in-depth discussion in the Living on Fire segment, we can discuss more about what forms of nourishment sustain the spiritual fire. You see, the spiritual fire is similar to the metabolic fire of the physical digestive system. Similarly, the spiritual fire works to break psychic and cosmic substances down through an energetic alchemical system. And just like your physical body needs the right fuel to function optimally, your spiritual fire needs the right nourishment to stay lit and radiant. So, all in all, when we explore the possibilities of being human and what it means to be human, in the design of being human, we start to see what we're capable of. In this sense, we have the ability to grow our spiritual fire. And that's what we'll call it for our purposes. And consume forms of fuel that keep it sustained and radiant, similar to digestion. On the mystic's journey, it is beneficial to be selective about the forms of fuel or kindling that we add to the fire to receive nourishment. You can call this soul food. Not very original, but it makes for some good comic relief every now and then. As the mystic goes deeper into themselves and explores their design, they can discern what is more beneficial and what is not. This will be revisited in the Living on Fire discussions. To circle it back, the name of this segment, How to Be Truly Alive, is saying all of this to say that being truly alive is to follow the path that has those light you up feelings. Because these are going to light up the path for you and show you the way, offer you direction, and point to you as source. That is that light itself, radiating all possibilities. This is the more accurate use of your inner compass than any teacher, written doctrine, or religion can do. So I invite you to pay attention. Notice what lights you up. Notice when you feel that flame ignite within you, because that is your compass. That is your way forward. That is how you become truly alive.